Welcome back to Motorsport Manager, everybody. Final race of the 2016 inaugural season of the career mode here. Create your own team. Thotimx Racing at the end, ready to get something going for next year. But first, we got to get through Sydney. Mail call. 12 hours as usual. Martin Haven of Eurosport says, wants to know about Banani. Might as well attack their marketability a little bit. Morbidelli won in Cape Town. But we're moving on from that. There's our repairs. We've got more sponsors to deal with. And let's take a look at what we're improving. So yeah, we're going to finish this up 9 days before the race, and then we'll be able to slide into the brakes. Our factory, 6 weeks to go. That won't be done by the time of the race. Pit crew, any last bit of the season improvements we can make? Well, definitely not Stewart. Got, is that 73? No. We might want to get Corn here. 94 and an 8 on the tires. I like the idea of that. Probably get rid of Hackbarth. Let's see how we look for the next race. Whoa, DeVos is exhausted out there, all the way down to 43. Let's definitely yank that. Let's get Bulkin out of there. And then Peters is borderline. But I think we're going to leave him out there for one more race. 9 on the front, 9 on the back, Jack. But I'd still, you can still switch Hernandez in. No. And then we need a better rear jack option. Avellino, Cronin. Avellino's got the better stamina. Anybody here we want to lose? I mean, Bulkin, we could potentially... I'm going to hang on to all of them for now. Because they're all either decent or they've got good stamina. So, okay. Willpower, interesting name. Wow. Great driver. Goodness, minus 100,000 probably still isn't enough. No. Would be a heck of a driver. KC Motor Group has upgraded their test track. And we need to get some more work done. There's our brakes, and 8 days after the race. That's not good. I thought we would have time to get that a little bit closer. So we're going to come a little bit short on the brakes. Sydney, 32 laps, 3.6 miles. Could have some rain, they say. Our prediction says no, just for practice. Spec parts. It's a luxury item for us, that's for sure. No thank you, we're not getting a helipad. Cornell is at the top of the driver's standings, and they think he's going to stay there. Morbidelli perhaps following it back up, and Thad Bjork not happy with being mid-table. As you look at this going to the last race, Cornell does have a solid lead, but there's a few drivers behind that could catch him. And look at the team race. The top three there, all very tight. Comtiu, Butsenjinian, and Sebastian Loeb. Any of them could take it. 3 days. There's Sydney, and you can see coming up is all of our end-of-season stuff after the race. So what do we want to go with for this spot? 6 races at just over 500K, or 8 races with a potential bonus. That's, or no, 6 races, 500K up front. I was thinking that was per race. Yeah, obviously. That's not much. 19th or above. This is significantly more. And it's an 8-race deal. So even if we don't make it now, 19th or above, getting the bonus payment, I'm going to go with that. Give us something to shoot for. Frank Stippler, 3.5. Again, going through the people who are shifting careers. How many more do we have on your scouting list? It looks like, yeah, you're almost out. Let's find some more. Age 16 to 22. Who don't have a team. There's not a lot more in that field, but there are some. Let's see about some of these. Yeah, let's I want to take some of these older drivers off because I think it was a mistake to put them on in the first place. Go ahead and what about Plato? Yep, take them off. So yeah, these drivers take a few longer, and then we'll be able to start doing other stuff, maybe scouting other drivers at the other teams in our series or whatnot. That'll all be coming up soon. Contracts for all 3 drivers. You want to keep them around, now's the time. And I don't really. Because I want somebody who's either better or cheaper at all 3 spots. And we have boosted our performance again. We are still, I think, 12th across the board. Yep. Off to Sydney. We only have the one bonus sponsor now. Gearbox is key. Tire wear is going to be high, medium fuel burn. And with temperatures that low, I think we might be looking at supers. So that could be interesting. Do we want supers or regulars? We could really go either way depending on how it's going to shake out. We do indeed have a bit of rain starting for practice. So it looks like inters to begin, and then we'll see what happens after that. Yeah, we're not going to get much out of the super softs on this track, so I do think we are going softs, except for we'll switch to inters at the moment. See if Lehane continues to be a strong performer here in the last race of the year. .69 for both drivers, starting off well in practice. Sydney, of course, always a pretty scenic track. Got the rocks over the edge here, overlooking the ocean. It's also a long one. So if we get level 2 trim, it'll be all we can do. I'm going to boost up to 4 there and get through some of these laps. Casino liking the handling. Lehane says, well, I don't. I want more oversteer. Looks like it's going to dry out. We'll come in when it does. More weight in the front for Casino. Lehane wants more in the back. We're running some pretty good times as the others start to come in, but they're all on dry tires. Well, not all of them. Casino beat a couple of the others that were on inters. We'll see if our newfound relative competitiveness holds in this race. That's going to be interesting. Oh, it's just going to get wet again. It's not going to dry out completely. So I don't see a point. No, let's just stay out, make our changes, and go back out again. And you've got to try to get that level 2. It's cold enough that we actually want to push the tires. Okay, there's our level 1, so I'm thinking we should be able to get level 2. I'm going to go in and come in now, even though it isn't technically time, because we're going to have to make one adjustment anyway. Might as well do it now. Yep, those cars that were on the dry tires got some good laps in there. So, Casino, I sort of let Lehane stay in the pit there too long. That wasn't good. Casino gonna have to go this way. Shove it all the way to the front. try that and then bring back the steering a bit. Yeah, let's try that. And Lahane. Very poor. So for both of them, no matter what they might say, we've got to really work on getting all the weight to the front. Handling all the way over there. And we'll see where that ends up. We're going to really need to make some good adjustments in qualifying, as has often been the case. And that's just the beginner stuff, because we're going to be going into shorter practice sessions next year. Possible we could get to level 2 soon enough to make some changes, but we'll see. Cornering better, says Casino. Driving much better than Lahane is. Lahane liking the new ballast as well. So no complaints. And yeah, we're not going to get around in time to come in and do anything. So we're stuck with what we've got into qualifying. And I'm just going to have to hope I can make the necessary adjustments there. I'm not going to have very many shots at it. Side-by-side racing from our two drivers. Okay, on to the last qualifying session of the year. Pepe Orliola coming off as smug, Compt feeling great about his team, and people excited about the race, except for Gordon Shedden, and we're probably not either. As predicted, the rain went away, and we can't forget that we've got almost 80K on the line here. See what we've got. Oh, it turned out pretty good, actually. 97% for Casino. From good to great, we'd like to get a bit more acceleration. Let's try that, see if it works. We're going to get rain, but it's going to start, you know, if we'd have gone out right away without needing to make adjustments, it wouldn't have helped. Because we're going to get the warm-up lap, but we're not going to get a time. So we're going to see what the weather's like later. Might as well go out on super softs. Get the warm-up lap a bit faster. I don't want to do that. 96%. We need to adjust. We went from okay to great. A little bit more oversteer and a little bit more acceleration. So if I bring that back, something like that. We'll see if this is still an excellent or if I have to tweak it. These really should be close. Five, 5, and 6, 5. Okay, we're going to have some water and then it's going to dry out and be sunny. Yeah, and then we can get some times at that point. Okay, so I'm going to let it go down a little bit, but I'm going to wait to about 4.5. And then I'm going to send out Casino first and then Lahane. Don't want to let it get too low. And I don't want to have too much of a gap between them. Well, all three excellent. 98%. We didn't work out either set of tires, so there's no reason not to go with those. Casino now at 8.8, 8.9, form rising. I don't know if it'll stay there. But he should have a good track. %. Very nice. Just switch tires and you go out. Certainly can. Read my mind, Bill Lahane. And his form is falling. So I'm hoping Casino stays up and that Lahane recovers. See if any of that actually occurs. And if we can get 19th or better here. Good and great. Time to see what we can do for Lahane. Oh, and the rain's starting again. Doggone it. I didn't see any sign of that. There goes our window. Well, there's not much. Oh, it's just a very brief splurt, but then there's more coming. I don't know. I mean, I think, yeah, there it goes again. And now it's going to come stronger. It's really going to fill up the track. And, yeah, so our time's going to suck. I had no way of knowing that. If I'd have gone out about 45 seconds earlier like I could have, it would have helped, but... Still don't have to beat that many cars to get 19th. But we're not going to beat enough. No, Casino's 20th. And Lahane's going to do worse than that. Duh. So, we get the cars set up for the race, but our qualifying finishes, not great. We're going to be 20th and 24th. Yeah. Huff on the pole. See if we can make any of that sponsor money at the race itself. One spot off. Of course, several seconds, but still, one spot. Only worth watching because of Aurelian Compt. Bill Lahane, that was a bit of a nightmare today. You're not wrong. You need to step it up. We're your fans and we love you, but it's not good enough. The race will be so hard now. Good weather. But it said there was a 40% chance of rain. Will that materialize? Early on, no sign of it. We'll see what happens later. Enters in race trim. Stick with the same setups. "32 laps. We're in the back of the pack. Yeah, definitely gonna go with softs. And then for Lahane, Lahane can make it on one of each. So I'm going to start him on super softs because they're better. Casino wouldn't make it on one of each, so it didn't have that option. Better speed to begin the race for Lahane. See if we can get up to a higher position at all with him. Dig himself out of last. What are we looking at? 8 form for Casino. 6 for Lahane. I could live with that. Could live with that very much. Majority of the cars on super softs, but a decent amount on regulars. Casino moving up. You can see, to a certain extent, a little bit more competitiveness than you might expect from us, again at the beginning of the race. But how long will it last? There goes, there splurts Lahane up. Casino fading. But really, both of us still outside the top 20. 6-1 and 7-5, good form numbers. Lahane trying to duck inside. Not quite able to do anything with Mueller, who also is on supers. Looking for it again. Gets alongside here. Winding our way through and gets the spot for 20th. Casino still in 23rd, trying to hold off Compt. So much for his strong showing earlier. Oh boy. Down to neutral. for both cars on the tires, and let's see if that does the trick. Looks like we're going to have to go... Well, maybe it's going to drop. Casino's is dropping. Lahane's less sure. I think it's dropping slowly, though. Lahane barely holding off Philippi, while he looks for a way around Tassi, who holds that all-important 19th spot. And the tires for both drivers now easing up. Casino should be able to alternate between neutral and push. Going to be a lot more neutral for Lahane. And we'll switch down to high. Still pretty tight tolerances between all the drivers here in lap 3. Huff is in the lead over Coronel by less than a second. It really doesn't appear to be any huge gaps in the field. Shedden and Nagy opening up a bit between 4th and 5th. Got a little crazy there with the tires. Back off. Lahane going to try to push a little now, see if I have any chance of getting by Tassi. Staying right off his bumper for the most part, but not looking like I've got any serious chance. So we'll back off again. And there's Tassi making a move. Up with his teammate Richard, and Hannes slides back. The weather alternating between partly cloudy and clear skies, but no sign anywhere of water. No sign the track's going to do anything but improve and get faster. We've got a couple more laps of aggression and then we'll have to back things off. And I have to hope that's going to be enough to at least hold our positions at that stage. Lahane's still under pressure regularly here from Philippi. I do not see so much as a 2-second gap right now anywhere in the standings. So nobody, I mean, everybody's just fairly tight with the car in front of them. Everybody looking for an opportunity. And Lehane slowly slipping further behind Panis. So doesn't look like anything's going to happen there. And we've got to switch back to medium. So I don't see a whole lot here we can do. Let's do double speed at the moment. And then right now we're just going to try to hold on. Panis slipping back ahead of Tassi. Took a few laps to make that happen, and John Philippi putting the pressure on Lehane for sure. Huff now a second and a half into the lead over Coronel. Casino continuing to just hang on to 23rd. And not be last. Will anybody give us a gift? Or are we going to struggle in these positions for the next 24 laps? And we'll push again for a little bit longer. Lehane driving well. Casino not so much. And Casino loses out the spot to Compt despite his best efforts. I was pushing on the tires at the time, so there's not really a whole lot I can do. Got about 6 laps or so until Casino comes in. Lehane not going to last that long on these tires, I don't think. Might get close, though. No sign of any change in the weather. If anything, looks like we're going to come up just a bit short on the fuel. Might have misjudged it just a bit, pushed a bit long. I want to wait and see just a bit more of the weather. We're not far away now from Lehane coming in. He's sliding further and further back of Tossi. Looking good weather-wise. And I don't see a reason not to do it now. Switch to softs and he'll have plenty of tire left. Should be able to push him to the limit. In we come. First driver in. Not a position I often like to be in. No mistakes this time. Hoping we're going to get out of these last two positions, but that remains to be seen. Not feeling great about the fuel levels. I think we definitely overclocked it. I'm going to drop those down to low. Now we'll switch them back, medium and neutral. Lehane up to 13th, just passing one of the cars that comes in. They'll be hoping to get more, but we don't know if that's going to happen. Casino is in 19th for the moment. Mueller ahead is about to drop into the pits. Some of the higher ranking drivers coming in, nobody doing repairs yet. Casino up to 16th. Lehane up to 22nd as Mueller slips by. Philippi, of course, is the question mark. Staying out there on pretty burnt tires. Going perhaps for a too super soft type of race, but on the other hand, probably starting to slow down now. We are going to have to back off the fuel later, but for now, Lehane's just trying to stay ahead of whatever drivers he can. And Casino will make his stop. Coronel takes the lead as Huff comes into the pits, among others. Philippi does come in, so let's see what happens here. Another good stop. th and 24th, just what we were before. Philippi with a bit of a long drop there, but also is going with the two super softs type of idea. Lehane now going to have to drop back to neutral, and I don't know if he can hold off Compt in that scenario. A little choice, but to try. I am going to back off the fuel here with Casino. Try to get some of that back. Nearly half a lap now behind the leaders. Giovanardi coming out well ahead of Lehane, who remains in 20th. Barely in 20th. And his form dropping, but he stays just ahead. And now Philippi looking to make the pass on Compt. Lehane just able to hold him off earlier, but he had super soft tires. Not anymore. Drops to 21st, and his form has gone away. So all the positivity of Cape Town is sort of flown out the window here. We do still feel slightly more competitive than we were in the early, or in the middle of the season. But still not quite as good as we were in the early season. 1.9. Pushing the tires and barely able to hold off Compton. Maybe not even that. Look, we might keep it here yet. Has almost gotten it several times, but yet to actually lose it. This might be the one. Nope, not yet. Side by side there. There it goes. Was inevitable to happen eventually. Particularly the way that he's driving. Just 1.9 isn't going to cut it. .4. It's getting worse and worse. If we lose this spot to Muller, we'll have nothing to play for, and so we'll just be, or race for, so we'll just have to cut back on the fuel. Casino, I think, has saved perhaps just enough. Not true, not so for Lehane. Continues to slide even worse. Once again, we'll have to burn the tires to try to stay in front. Perhaps the drivers know they've only got, like, this is their last race for me. If we'd have picked the, upfront payment instead, we'd be 80-some thousand ahead of where we are now. But, again, it was a long-term deal involving next year as well, so I still think it was the right call. Muller looking for a way by. Almost got to the inside at that corner, but not quite. There it is. Are we going to hold it? Nope. we're definitely not. We may indeed fade back to last here in a second, because I'm going to go push with Casino and switch to low there. Yep. Not often Casino is the better driver, but it certainly has been the case today. We're now a full 10 seconds below the 19th position that was our goal. And I hope that was just enough easing off. Push a little bit till our tire temps even up. Still at 1.2. Casino driving better. Driving downright well now, and would like to get by Mueller, but not able to make it happen. And I see no reason not to speed things along here. Renee going wide. Dropping back to 15th. Not nearly back with us. And only a handful of laps left in the season. It is somehow fitting that we finish last and next to last, as Lehane continues to stink it up, because that's the way this year has gone. Slide back to neutral again. 7 laps remaining in this debacle. Coronel with a lead of over 5 seconds over Richard. And 2 through 5 fairly close together there. Then a bit of a gap to Morbidelli and DuPont. And alternating with some gaps and some tight races the rest of the way through the field. We, on the other hand, are 12 to 15 seconds back. Casino really leaving Lehane behind, and I can't remember that happening previously this year. Looking like we've earned back just the amount of fuel that we need. And Casino's form sliding now as Lehane's improves. So it'll be interesting to see if that gap, which is almost now 4 seconds, starts reverting at all. Casino does have the fresher tires, but not by much anymore. Last few laps is Casino back to 7.2 and trying to make the pass to seem somewhat more respectable. Lehane has improved also a little bit. Still bad, but not as bad as he was. Looks like we don't have quite enough fuel still. Casino's driving continuing to get better. But we're once again out of tire and we've got to back off. Switch back into low. Probably for one lap. I'm going to guess we're going to need to do this for. I can't remember the last time Lehane was clear worst place. That's just ugly. Casino's best lap of the race, not enough. Everybody did end up coming in once. Nobody came in twice. Nobody crashed. Nobody that I can recall even had to do a 10-second stop for causing a collision or had to repair parts. So it was just a good, clean race that showed us where we stand. In the ash heap is where we stand, but it showed us that, in case we were wondering. So we are not yet competitive enough to make a difference. Indeed we do. But as of now, we are not. Tom Coronel with a win, and that probably puts Boutsenjinian in the first place spot. Robert Huff, pole sitter, winning second place. Fastest lap goes to Montero, also for Boutsenjinian. And we were almost a minute back. About 20 seconds off of our goal. Coronel easily winning the Drivers' Championship, pulling away in that final race. Casino with our only 2 points for that weird pole in Cape Town. But the next two drivers only 4 and 5 points. Wouldn't take much. And of course, we finished the season dead last. Tassi said there's not enough investment in their car. Comments like this just make me shake my head. His helmet helped me get a few points today. Did you look at the race? We didn't get any points. We don't have a few points for the year. Coronel was amazing, and Nagy needs a better car. Okay. So a 5.8 for Casino, giving him a 5.2 on the year. What in the world? This is saying like that we're doing Sydney again. What's that all about? I'll check that in a minute. But yeah, it's his best, one of his better performances of the second half of the year. And only the second last place finish of the season for Lehane, well below his normal mark. Gained 400K. And the champion is Coronel. Rick Stone is the team principal. So our calendar says, yeah, our calendar says we're done. The race is over. The season is complete. So, when we return, yay! Race management improving faster than the others. When we return, we will have more stuff to look into. The end of the season. What in the world are we going to do next year? How are we going to manage the off-season? Who are we going to hire? All of that stuff coming up as we actually have a chance now to make a difference and ensure that 2017 is a lot better than 2016. That'll be coming up soon. Till then, thanks for watching. More Motorsport Manager on the way.